Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, welcome back to another podcast from Brains Ki Baat. I am Satik here and I have my friend Alekia with me.
Hi.
Yeah, so we just now came back from watching the first day. I guess it was the second show or the first show of Mission Impossible Fallout. And we have been waiting so long for this that we couldn't wait another day. We went ahead and saw the movie and now we are going to discuss it. तो चलो भाई शुरू करते हैं.
Yeah, let's start it, bro. Okay, so पहले कैसा लगा मूवी? एक बेसिक इंट्रो दे देते हैं.
हाँ, एक वर्ड में कहे तो यार कमाल.
कमाल धमाल मालामाल.
It's like what Mission Impossible series has brought us for 6 movies this time. So it's a big deal because you can't see really a franchise go this well for so long. It will have
like
ups or downs. It will go.
it's been 22 years, man. So after 22 years, it's kind of like we are still going on the very first day and watching it. And I can even probably like this is probably the best Mission Impossible film I have ever watched. So I guess that's a huge thing that we are even discussing that the sixth part of the series is the best one yet. So that's amazing.
Just amazing how it delivers one after another with this consistent way of getting blockbuster. I guess this is the only one that has proven to be like this of so many franchises in Hollywood. This one is totally gonna be at the top if it continues like this. So, dude,
Yeah, I mean, like seriously, because the only thing I can remember as a spy film, which has been like, like the all the movies have been great, is probably Jason Bourne, but it has only 3 movies and it's been done, and it's been rebooted, and then there has been many other things that have been done.
the reboot wasn't that great, I guess.
Yeah, but Mission Impossible is still the same, and Ethan Hunt is like just as good as he was 22 years ago on his first film. So yeah, like so let's talk about the basic story. So basically, what happens is that an IMF mission ends badly, and so Solomon Lynn, who is the actual villain, we all know that because he was there on the previous film.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, as known as Ethan Hunt, captured him, and he escapes. And the world is in tension because there have been some nuclear weapons involved in all this. So as usual, Ethan Hunt takes it upon himself to get the original briefing, and but he has to show CIA his loyalty to make sure like what his motives are, and then how Ethan Hunt or whether Ethan Hunt is able to get himself to bring those nuclear weapons and stuff back, because there have been lots and lots of twists and turns, and there have been different kind of assassins and former allies come back to make him like to make the things worse for him. But that's the basic story basically, without telling a single spoiler and stuff. Because if
Yeah. So to be honest, I wasn't that excited about the nuclear weaponry theme coming back again. It's been a recurring plot in most spy movies and action movies. To see all together, there are numerous and numerous of movies. I guess this is the easy way to go. You can see it even in superhero movies at this day. So at first, I wasn't that great excited that yeah, we already have seen that thing come in Ghost Protocol, right? The nuclear weapon thing, but
yeah,
how they handled it was a different way. So yeah, I'll say that they did really great. I wasn't bored or like it did not feel repetitive at all.
या लाइक हमेशा ऐसा होता ही है कि लाइक कुछ सब फिल्मों में वैसा ही होता है, लाइक एक न्यूक्लियर बम आ जाता है और कैसे उसको रोका जाए, ये सब होता है. पर इस फिल्म में मैन द एक्शंस, that's like the 95% of the film is based upon, and I think it's been amazing. Like what can I say, like the wonderful main thing about this film is the action scenes, man. Like 90% of the film is based on actions as usual, but I'm gonna say like this is one of the best action films I have watched in some years. What do you think?
Yeah, to be honest, you can like even if you compare with it with the other MI films, you don't see so much action. Like it's either one half is takes a little bit lighter on action, or the action is more like anticipated. It's coming. Then the action sequence takes place. But this movie is non-stop action. I mean, one after another, and you don't get any fatigue from it. You enjoy it thoroughly. You can sit throughout the action and just look at the screen non-stop, and that's what the best thing about it. And also you will see some recurring themes, how like where the action is taking place, the chases and all, they have a sense of resemblance, yet each and every action is choreographed in a new way, and that is what keeps it all fresh and all awesome for me.
Like such में like yeah, must film since I actually like never thought ki, like I think only Mission Impossible has made it possible ki, like they have maintained the entire action scenes so wonderful in all their films, but I haven't seen a wonderfully action packed film like in total. Like you never feel like when the action is going to start or when it's going to end. Like it's wonderfully done. लाइक यू थिंक कि यार या हो गया ये एक्शन सीन्स खत्म हो गया, पर बाद में लाइक उसके बाद ही शुरू हो जाता है, तो इट्स अमेजिंगली डन एंड लाइक द वंडरफुली like it's been wonderfully shot. Like I'm going to go into the details because I'm after some time, because I'm not gonna say like क्या scenes में अच्छा लगा क्या हुआ था, वरना सब spoiler हो जाएगा. So I'll tell about that in later this video only. And it kind of felt like those old Call of Duty action वाला games जो खेलते थे ना, like we used to do all those mission non-stop. It kind of felt like that because it was kind of like a mission after a mission after a mission. Like it was continuously going on. It was never like it. I never felt like it was just being like it's being over or something like that. It's a continuously shot and wonderfully made film.
Yeah, exactly. So now this is out of the way. Shall we proceed into the next section?
Yeah. What like also like let's talk about the wonderfully done background score. I mean, I love that. You know, he has like the guy who has made the action have made it like wonderfully synced with the beautiful music they have given at the background. I mean, it kind of makes you feel like the action gets even better when you throw in some wonderfully beautiful music behind it. Even there are some new type of music which have been done, which actually
Yeah,
makes it
exactly.
better.
Subtle and really smooth and slow music with the really action-packed, fast-paced scenes. So that kind of brings out the contrast you have. Like you will have a peace of mind. You will go get relaxed, and you will see so much things happening in front of you. So that takes you to whole another place. That does not give you the rush, but gives you an amazing way to enjoy the brilliance of the actions.
Yeah, like I mean, we just got a natural sound design throughout the scenes. You know, I mean, the
Yeah, exactly.
entire chases and entire run scenes are beautifully shot and wonderfully played.
And we got the drum beat thing also.
Yeah,
The
I mean, it's been
drumming.
a recurring thing of since Batman has released, kind of.
And one interesting thing they did with this is they did that thing where you are listening to the same pitched song again and again, but you think like it's increasing, and they did that
Yeah.
with the drum beat.
Yeah, like they started it kind of with Dunkirk. It
Yeah,
was kind of a big deal, and they
yeah.
kind of continue that here as well. So
So
yeah,
it's inspired from both of those and making it really awesome.
yeah, I love that. Wonderfully done. And
And
so, should we kind of talk about like the performances? I mean, Tom
yeah,
Cruise is still like wonderful. Like he doesn't age, man. We are aging, but he doesn't age. I used to watch like I wasn't even born when Tom Cruise released his first Mission Impossible film, and now after 22 years, he is still like I don't feel the difference. He's doing action scenes which are like more hardcore.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he's not stopping.
And
Like even I've
he gets, how does he get so much stamina? I mean, he can just run for like scenes after scenes, and you just see the final thing. There were so many retakes. So he did all of that. We all know he does his own stunts. So that is record breaking.
also he broke his ankle and stuff, so that's why he had to, like, the film kind of got delayed for that. So
Okay.
you can actually see in one shot, like he's kind of stammering and
Yeah, exactly. I noticed that.
so it was actually shot and they kept that scene. So that was actually real life. He just went ahead to finish the shoot. So that was in that London wala chase scene,
Yeah, exactly. I noticed that. I wasn't sure if like they don't mention it or they don't have anything later on. So I was wondering that why it was like that.
And what do you think about Henry Cavill?
Yeah, okay. So to me, how they showed him at first, we all know, right? Like it's not a spoiler that what role is he playing. So they introduce him in the movie as something.
It's kinda a spoiler. So let's just talk about spoilers from now.
Okay, let's give them a warning. Okay, guys, we are kind of going to discuss some spoilers, and we are going ahead with it. So if you haven't watched the movie,
don't go ahead.
Yeah, so please watch the movie and watch the rest of our video. Okay, so looking at his performance, we all know like he is gonna play a negative role, right? And they introduce him as a normal character. So I don't know. I knew because the first moment he was cast, I knew he was the antagonist, and even like in various articles, it was revealed already. So it wasn't a surprise or twist for me. From the first time, I knew who he was. Okay, so now how they introduced him, that kind of felt okay. That kind of felt natural of him. Like what kind of character, he was like this rookie or sidekick to Tom Cruise, Ethan, and how he was behaving. That all made sense. That was perfect. But the revelation was rather like it did not had that impact on me. Maybe because I knew, but overall he didn't play a convincing role. मतलब सच कहे तो मुझे मजा नहीं आया. Like मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगा. Like I couldn't feel that evil or like the mastermind. He has this बोले तो उसके पास एक नेक इरादा है. Like उसका एक खुद का एजेंडा है. He wants to fulfill his own view or his own ideal for the world. But how he is, kind of like from the beginning he's sort of clumsy and sort of funny, witty, and he could make a villain. Like a character like this could be a villain, but it's not what they tried to make him. So it did not work for me, to be honest. What do you think?
I think I liked him, to be honest. I think he did a great job. I think he was a kind of great villain. He was kind of that kind of a guy who is totally selfish, and we kind of hate him from the very beginning. But he's kind of there because he kind of does his job well, kind of thing. And we also like I am so we have already said spoiler alert. So
Yeah.
he kind of got his two-faced out. So he was.
Yeah,
It was
that
kind
was
of
a cliche moment.
yeah. So it was kind of. I kind of like that, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah,
and
I also like.
also I didn't know like he's part of the film because I haven't watched the trailer. So I am a big fan, but I've actually decided not to watch the trailer and just go to the films, like the theaters, directly. So I was kind of shocked by like on the introduction of him. I saw, okay, wow, where is his mustache? So anyway, okay, so like he kind of become a
Yeah, but for like the main villain, I think the scene Hades yet again proved to be a greater villain than him.
yeah,
To
of
me.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Solomon Lane was like still the bad guy, the nemesis.
Yeah. So like he was part of. Also, I liked all the characters that we already love. Simon Pegg as
Yeah.
Benji, Rebecca as is. I love the acting. Also, we'll talk about some Easter eggs after this.
Yeah.
Also, we liked Luther, who Wing Remens played that role as usual. We also liked Hunley's role by Alec
We saw
Baldwin.
Julia after so many days.
Yeah. Like, that was kind of like I know. Actually, I kind of thought like they might bring her back because there was some scenes which were actually mentioning her a lot, and it kind of
Yeah.
reminded us of her again. So I kind of thought she might appear, but it was kind of nowhere. Like she was there out of nowhere. So that was kind of cool.
And they had to bring her back also because they have been mentioning her for like last 2 or 3 films, and we had to end that arc. It's kind of getting stretched, so it gives also like not only her character, even Ethan's character a full arc. He gets like his satisfaction, or like yeah, that.
Yeah, it kind of ended in a way like it can be the very last film of this series. It kind of ended that way, like a happy
Yeah,
ending wala thing.
yeah, but not totally. Like it wasn't bringing any conclusion. It was like showing that it's the end of an era. And there could be, I mean, you can't say like it's 6 movies. Like we did not hope that 6 movies would be there. So you
Yeah,
can
I
never
mean,
say.
Fast and Furious is still going on.
Yeah.
Also, where was Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye?
Yeah, he's not here. I don't know. Maybe he's like in Infinity War. Maybe he got
Yeah, he's busy.
swiped away by Thanos. Who knows?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Did he though? Let's not go there.
Oh, yeah.
We don't talk about that. What's that?
Yeah.
What's that? Who's Thanos? What?
Hmm?
Who's Thanos? I don't know. Anyway, so
Thanos.
let's just go into some scenes which we absolutely love. What do you think? Like, which scene do you like? Which action scenes to be preferably? But you can like any scenes, to be honest.
Okay, so those who have already watched the movie would know what I'm talking about. See, it's already raining here. Anyways, so the scene that I love the most, to be honest, it will be like two scenes. The last scene was amazing at all, like totally amazing. The whole ending sequence, it's gonna be everyone's favorite. Other than that, I love the scenes during the car chases. I loved all of the car chases. They were so freaking awesome. And even the beginning action sequences were pretty cool, but mostly where Tom Cruise was running all by himself for so long, going after Walker. So that long, like, parkour come and chasing Henry Calvin, I mean Walker, that was totally awesome. That was totally something new to me. And the continued chase, I mean, it took over such a distance, the buildings and all, like it was totally awesome to me. I have seen scenes like this before, but this one was the most prolonged one, and I totally digged it. That was like the most dope scene for me. What about you, dude?
I mean, I just thought about something. Like his name was Walker, right? He didn't actually run in the entire film. Have you wondered that?
Yeah.
He was walking the entire time. Even the last scene when Tom Cruise was running like a mad guy, chasing him for that helicopter, he was casually walking. Oh yeah, like it's a wonderful day. The world is gonna end. So that was amazing. So we can call Ethan Hunt the runner. He's running, and
Tom Cruise is famous for running.
Like he's the best. I mean, he kind of gives that amazing look when he's like, you can see and feel like, yeah, he's actually running for his life and wants to do something. He kind of gave his 200% in that film, like on those scenes especially. And he broke his ankle and stuff, so yeah, he kind of did. Also, like, I loved many scenes, actually. I can, like, talk about them forever. I love that bathroom scene, like the bathroom it was kind of funny in some way. I can be happy with that scene for like it should be longer. I love that. I mean,
That was awesome.
it kind of made me feel like it should have been like more. I wanted more of that. Even like I also love that scene like where they actually ended with the film, like when we like the countdown was going on and we actually see that black like that white light, like the bomb has gone off,
Yeah,
but it was actually something else. I love that. So
yeah. One thing this movie has been from the beginning, like twists are supposed to be there, but they are deceiving the audience. Like when you see the whiteout and it opens with the sunlight, the sun actually kind of like for 1 second you have to see a mushroom cloud there
it
because
was
it's
kind of
like
sunset, right?
yeah, and but that much light will make you think that it actually did explode. Right. So yeah, they are tricking the audiences from the very first. Like there are so many scenes where they are just tricking us. For example, the first one where we like see yeah, we see the news reports and we see all the explosions have gone off. Like that was so real. For 1 second I thought that this movie was actually gonna be a darker one.
Right.
And then we have when the White Widow explains the plan to Ethan, and we see sort of this slow music scene of the cops coming, and there's a total massacre, and at last Tom Cruise pulls the trigger to win their trust. So that scene also felt so real, and the next time we saw that it was still in the narration.
Right. I kind of liked how Ethan actually didn't know how to fly the helicopter. You know.
Yeah, that's realistic. That's
Yeah,
really that.
and he kind of went with the flow and like just did what he wanted to do in that particular moment. So it was quite amazing. So I love that. You know, but I'll kind of miss Alec Baldwin's character. He died.
Yeah.
So I'll kind of miss that.
Yeah, like we like really liked him. He just is one movie in, but he did totally awesome job. So I was liking him, like a new, the person who gives them the mission. So the character like that is always needed. So yeah,
Yeah, like also the extraction scene is amazing. Like it kind of tricked us again. It was dope. So
yeah, yeah. And there are some callbacks which we need to talk about. So one of them is when we see Ethan finally with Lane, finally has got Lane and he's on the car, and we see Lisa is actually following them, trying to kill Lane. So she's like on the top of this bridge and then shoots, and then they finally fall, and in front of Ethan is she on her bike again. So that is totally a scene, like totally a callback and an indication to the scene we saw in the last movie where Ethan was on his bike. He was totally speeding. We were in the first person point of view. So the bike totally takes a turn and we see Lisa and Ethan just stops his bike and falls off. So that was one of the coolest things I found in the last movie. So they did a callback to it. But this time actually he hits him with his car and hits her with his car. So yeah, that was quite funny. And there's another thing in the end, right?
right. Also, like I kind of noticed that I think he's like she's the Max she was talking about. Do you remember like Black Widow kind of said like her mother is Max. Like you remember Max
Yeah.
from the very first film, who kind of like
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, so like she's the White Widow's mother, I think. So I think probably she's going to be the one because I don't think they'll kind of repeat the same name again. So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
And what about the last sequence, like the ending? That was also a major callback, right?
Yeah. From Mission Impossible 2, obviously.
And that's the iconic scene. Everyone's gonna notice that.
Right. So yeah, that's very much it. I mean, I love the if I keep on watching it one more time, probably I'll find more scenes which are kind of some eggs or something like that.
One
But
thing I'd like to point out is we see a lot of scenes with which take place, like even the chases and normal conversations take place in this sort of corridors with pillars going on towards
yeah,
the front, which creates an awesome photographic scene. You can see many photographs of it. Even we have scenes like this in Inception. So,
right,
like, I don't know if it's Paris or those kind of buildings are too much there, but they are repeated throughout the movies. And one of the scenes is when Lisa is in the bike and she's going behind the pillars. So we see a hazy image of her. So that
right,
kind of indicates that no one else is noticing, but she's following in the shadow. So
right,
that's kind
right.
of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of did it a lot, and I kind of like that way. And you can actually find those buildings a lot in Europe and stuff. So, I mean, they kind of utilize them
And the
well.
locations are also amazing.
Yeah,
The
right.
locations and the locations are also amazing in this movie. Like each and every city the movie takes place is just beautiful, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even the last scene, which was kind of shot in Israel, maybe I forgot where it was kind of best in, but I love that. You know.
Yeah, it was totally amazing to see.
Also, like I forgot to talk about that scene. You know, like where they kind of went like the first jump from directly to France. Like when they entered France, they kind of jumped from that plane, and that
Yeah,
entire
yeah.
scene was amazing with those
First
lights.
time we see a skydiving in the movie go wrong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which involved lightning and stuff. So that was cool.
Yeah,
And I
that
was
was so high.
at least I haven't seen anybody like doing that before.
That
So
was
yeah.
something to know.
So all
So
over
this
it's
movie is also directed by Christopher McQuarrie,
yeah.
and the
And the
last
last
one is also. So we have seen shifts in direction before, but this movie remains. So we can see some consistencies from the last movie actually in this
yeah.
one.
But this is much better. I love
Yeah,
this film a lot. Like this is,
absolutely.
so
And they
what
also get rid of all the darkness and the dark themes they have got. Like they make the character a happy, fulfilled character in this movie.
yeah, okay, they kind of made Julia and Ethan's thing go well, and they
Yeah.
kind of made it a happy ending, which was kind of nice to be honest. I like that as well. So, what do you think? How much do you want to rate it? What's your final
Well,
thoughts?
I have to rate it 8. Like, I'll give it a solid 8 because, yeah, of course, we just watched the movie, so I need a time to digest. But so far, I think, yeah, Mission Impossible 1 will always be my like most favorite. But this one is pretty good. Like, it stands somewhere near. So, yeah, I'll go with a 8.
Yeah, I'll probably go with 8.25 or 8.5, I think, because it's a solid action film. Like, I'm not going to rate it for in like a total film because if you kind of compare it with other action films like John Wick and stuff, this is much, much, much better. I loved it a lot better. And what do you think? Like, so do you want to like rate or sorry, rank your the all the films, like all the Mission Impossible films.
Actually, I think ranking the films right now would be a kind of difficult. So maybe I think we should do another podcast on that. What
Yeah,
do you think?
just ranking, right?
Yeah, ranking, and we can give it like we can give a gist of the all the movies for those who
Right,
haven't seen. They can also like see that before going to this movie.
right. Yeah, we can actually do that.
So
Okay
I
then.
think that would be a good thing.
Okay then. That's it. So guys,
Yeah,
go watch this film. If you are a Mission Impossible fan, you will have to watch this film. Even if you are not, if you like action films, you should watch this. Like it's going to. This should be in your watch list for sure. And please watch this in a good theater, preferably IMAX or Dolby Digital Cinema. I know it's kind of rare in India, but what can we do? Anyway, that's it. Uh, I am Alejo. That was Shatik.
Yeah.
And do subscribe to us and follow us wherever you are listening to. Give us a comment down below about what do you think about the film. And let's meet.
Okay, see you next time. Goodbye, guys.